Space is vast. It's also valuable. The space industry is projected to be worth a staggering $1 trillion. This is a new era of space exploration. It's no longer just the domain of governments. Private companies are leading the charge. They are driven by innovation and a desire to open up space for everyone. This isn't science fiction. It's happening now. Companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin are launching rockets. They are deploying satellites. And yes, they're taking paying passengers into space. This is just the beginning. The space industry is poised for exponential growth. New technologies are emerging all the time. These technologies are making space more accessible and affordable. What was once impossible is now becoming routine. This is an exciting time to be following space exploration. The final frontier is open for business, and it's changing the world as we know it. For decades, space exploration was the domain of governments. The United States and the Soviet Union led the way. They built massive rockets and sent astronauts into orbit. But the landscape of space exploration is changing. Private companies are now at the forefront. These companies are led by visionary entrepreneurs. They are driven by a passion for space and a desire to push the boundaries of what's possible. SpaceX, founded by Elon Musk, has become a household name. The company has developed reusable rockets. These rockets have dramatically reduced the cost of spaceflight. SpaceX is also building a massive satellite constellation called Starlink. Starlink will provide high-speed internet access to even the most remote corners of the globe. Blue Origin, founded by Jeff Bezos, is another major player in the private space industry. Blue Origin is focused on developing reusable launch vehicles and space tourism. The company has already sent paying customers on short suborbital flights, and it has plans to build a space station called Orbital Reef. Orbital Reef will be a destination for research, manufacturing, and tourism. These are just two examples of the many private companies that are transforming the space industry. The private space industry is opening up a wealth of new markets. These markets are creating opportunities for businesses of all sizes. One of the most significant new markets is small satellite launches. Small satellites, also known as CubeSats, are becoming increasingly popular. They are relatively inexpensive to build and launch. Companies are using CubeSats for a wide range of applications. These include Earth observation, telecommunications, and scientific research. The demand for small satellite launches is growing rapidly. This is creating a thriving market for launch providers. Space tourism is another emerging market with enormous potential. Companies like Virgin Galactic and Blue Origin are already offering suborbital flights. These flights offer passengers a taste of weightlessness and stunning views of Earth. As the cost of space travel continues to decrease, space tourism is expected to become more accessible. This will open up new opportunities for travel and entertainment companies. Imagine a luxury hotel in orbit or a lunar base camp for adventure tourists. The possibilities are truly out of this world. Reusable rockets, the game changer. One of the key factors driving the growth of the private space industry is the development of reusable rockets. For decades, rockets were expendable. They were used once and then discarded. This made spaceflight incredibly expensive. Reusable rockets have changed the game. Companies like SpaceX have developed rockets that can launch, land back on Earth, and be flown again. This innovation has dramatically reduced the cost of spaceflight. Imagine if you had to buy a new airplane for every flight you took. That's essentially how space travel worked before reusable rockets. Now it's more like taking a commercial flight. You pay for your seat, the vehicle is reused, and the cost is much more affordable. Reusable rockets are making it possible to launch more payloads into space. This is opening up new possibilities for research, exploration, and commercial activities. The development of reusable rockets is a major milestone in the history of spaceflight. It is paving the way for a new era of space exploration. Investing in the final frontier. The private space industry is attracting significant investment. Venture capitalists, private equity firms, and major corporations are pouring money into the sector. They recognize the enormous growth potential of the space industry. In 2021, space companies raised a record-breaking $14.5 billion in private investment. This was more than the industry had raised in the previous 2 decades combined. These investments are funding the development of new technologies, the expansion of space infrastructure, and the creation of new space-based businesses. The pioneering equity deal of $450 million investment in SpaceX by Google and Fidelity in 2015 scaled the valuation of SpaceX to over $10 billion. It provided the company with the capital it needed to continue developing its reusable rocket technology. This influx of investment is a clear indication of the confidence that investors have in the future of the private space industry. Space, the ultimate vantage point. Space technology is not just about exploring the cosmos, it's also about improving life here on Earth. Satellites play a vital role in our daily lives. They provide us with communication, navigation, and weather forecasting, and they are increasingly being used to monitor the environment and track the effects of climate change. From space, we can see the big picture. Satellites can monitor deforestation, track the movement of glaciers, and measure sea level rise. This data is critical for understanding the impact of human activity on our planet. Space-based technologies are also helping us to develop solutions to climate change. For example, satellites are being used to monitor greenhouse gas emissions, and they are helping us to develop more efficient renewable energy sources. The private space industry is playing an increasingly important role in climate monitoring and environmental protection. By providing access to affordable space-based data and technologies, private companies are helping us to understand and address the challenges facing our planet. The future of the final frontier. The private space industry is still in its early stages, but it is clear that it has the potential to revolutionize our relationship with space. In the years to come, we can expect to see even more innovation, investment, and excitement in the sector. Here are just a few of the trends that are likely to shape the future of the private space industry. Continued growth of the space economy. The space industry is expected to continue its rapid growth. This will create new opportunities for businesses of all sizes, increased access to space. The cost of spaceflight is likely to continue to decrease. This will make space more accessible to a wider range of actors, including small businesses, researchers, and even individuals. The development of new space-based industries. We are likely to see the emergence of new industries that take advantage of the unique environment of space. These industries could include space manufacturing, space mining, and space-based solar power, international collaboration. Space exploration is a global endeavor. We can expect to see increased collaboration between private companies and government agencies from around the world. The private space industry is poised for a bright future. It is an industry that is full of promise and potential. It is an industry that is changing the world. And it is an industry that is inspiring the next generation of explorers, innovators, and dreamers.